In 2022, with the whole country's situation, Vietnam leather, footwear and handbag industry with a vibrant atmosphere full of determination to make Vietnam become one of the economies with the largest openness in the world up to 200%, thereby making an important contribution to making Vietnam become one of the production center, global exports, making important contribution to trade development, investment, transformations of economic growth models, and comprehensive institutional reforms. The economy has been tested in the past 2 years as the whole world has been reeling from the COVID-19 pandemic. Vietnam is one of the very few countries that can control the epidemic and one of only 2 economies with a growth rate of nearly 3%. The past 2 years, challenges and opportunities have gone hand in hand. Together with the whole country, the footwear handbag industry has made efforts and fulfilled the set development goals and become an important economic sector for the economic development of the country. By the end of 2021, in the context that the world economy was heavily affected by COVID-19, exports of countries in the region have decreased. Vietnam's exports still achieve a positive growth. Export turnover is estimated at over $336 billion, up 19% over the previous year. Overcoming difficulties caused by the pandemic, in 2021, Vietnam leather footwear handbag industry is one of the 4 industries with the largest export scale, with export turnover reaching $20.78 billion, up 4.8% compared to 2020. With 15 FTAs signed, especially Vietnam is one of the few countries in the Asia-Pacific region to implement 3 new generation FTAs, of which the CPTPP concluded negotiation and recently the Regional Comprehensive Partnership RCEP was signed. Statistics shows that in 6 months of 2022, the total export turnover of leather and footwear reached about $13.8 billion, particularly export to markets with FTAs such as EVFTA, CPTPP, and UKVFTA. All have high growth rates from 10 to 20%. The strongest increases remained in North America at 23.3%, Europe at 14.9%, and South America at 9.6%. With the leverage from the new generations of free trade agreements signed, leather and footwear enterprises are very optimistic about the recovery and regaining growth momentum. Leather and footwear products have a fairly high import tax rate into the markets of CPTPP and EVFTA countries, greater than 10%, so meeting the rules of origin to enjoy a preferential tax rate of 0% will bring great advantages to these items. Currently, with products with great advantages in export for footwear, such as leather shoes, canvas shoes, rubber shoes, or for bags, briefcase, wallets. These are considered as products with the strengths of Vietnam's leather, footwear and handbag industry in production and export. According to the World Footwear Yearbook 2021, for the first time, Vietnam accounts for over 10% of the global export shoe market share, with about 1.2 billion pairs of shoes in 2020, ranking second in the world in terms of footwear export volume. Vietnam's footwear has a large market, has been present in 44 major markets, of which more than 20 markets have an export value of over $100 million, such as the U.S., China, Belgium, Germany, Japan, the Netherlands, India, South Korea. When EVFTA was put into effect, Vietnamese enterprises had a great advantage from eliminating tariff barriers into the EU to exploit this $18 trillion market. It can be said that when integrating into the international economy, the advantages from FTAs have brought positive aspects, creating favorable opportunities for Vietnam's footwear and handbag industry. However, along with that, businesses in the industry also face risks directly affected when the world has crises, complicated and unpredictable developments such as strategic competition, fierce conflicts, financial risks, international currency, and supply chain disruptions increase. Facing this challenge, the initiative and flexibility of each footwear business is a requirement. FTA trade agreements that Vietnam has signed and promote its strengths. By 2025, it is forecast that the export of Vietnam leather and footwear handbags will reach 34 to 35 billion US dollar.